All right. So I'd like to introduce to you, and I'm trying to get my speaker up here. Wait. Elizabeth, can you say something real quick? Okay, so I'd like to introduce today three of our students who were in CCC last year. They are Victoria, Paul, and a Daisy. So I'm going to have them introduce themselves to you, and then we'll get going with the questions. So I'll let Daisy, do you think you could go first and introduce yourself?
Yes. My name's Daisy Ogwazi. I'm a freshman at University of Texas at Dallas. My major is criminology. Was there another question?
And what high school did you go to?
Oh, I went to Lamar Consolidated High School.
And you have a twin.
Yes, I do.
You have a twin. Fun fact about you. So, all right. And then Paul, can you introduce yourself?
Of course. My name is Paul Guardiola. I am a freshman at Texas A&M University at Galveston studying computer science. And I used to go to Lamar Consolidated High School.
Awesome. Thank you. And Victoria, could you introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Victoria Hernandez, and I went to Stratford High School. I'm currently studying at the University of Houston downtown, and I'm majoring in marketing with a minor in digital marketing.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much for coming today. I know that finals are starting for you all, and so thank you for taking a few minutes out to talk to our seniors. So I'll ask you questions and we can go in that same order that we just did. As we go through. So the first question I have for you is, what was the greatest help CCC gave you during the college process? And I guess the second part would be, what couldn't you have accomplished without CCC?
Okay, I can go first?
Yes.
Okay. The greatest help CCC gave me was, first of all, telling me to apply to a four-year college instead of a community college, because that was a better decision. My sister thought it was safer to apply to a two-year college, and she kind of is regretting her decision. She kind of wanted it to be a four-year college, but it's too late now, and I am kind of enjoying myself here in a four-year college. And then what I couldn't have done without CCC is financial aid and scholarships. Right now, I'm not paying anything for my freshman year because I applied to a lot of, without CCC that was giving us a lot of scholarship opportunities. Like every week, I remember that I always applied, and then I was thinking like I wouldn't get any, but then I got two, and then they paid with financial aid, and I don't have to pay anything for my freshman year. So yeah, that was it.
Awesome. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Paul?
For me, the greatest help that CCC gave me was definitely the y'all revising my essays, especially the college ones, the scholarship ones. I especially never had someone that could revise my essays reliably. So with y'all doing that for me, it was definitely a big help, and probably the reason I'm in this school in the first place. But another thing was FAFSA. That is definitely something I would not have been able to do without y'all explaining how to do it. So yeah, that is definitely that's one thing that I would not have been able to do without CCC.
Awesome. And then Victoria?
So for me, it was pretty much everything. I wouldn't be in college if it wasn't for CCC. They facilitated a lot of progress for me, especially financial aid. I mean, not too long ago in October, we were doing my financial aid together, and we're just like, okay, we gotta get it done right now. And because of that, like a Daisy, I'm not paying anything.
Awesome. So did you find when you had to do financial aid again in October, did it seem like it was too quick? Like you just got in college and you're doing your financial aid already again for sophomore year?
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely. It was too fast.
Okay, so our students, they have done an awesome job of applying to colleges, and now they're starting to work on scholarships. So any advice that you would give them about applying to scholarships? So Daisy, you want to go first?
Yeah. Apply to every scholarship that CCC gives you. Every one of them. Like, you don't know which one you're gonna get. And then also, like, any other scholarship you see. Like, there's Niche and there's Bo.org. They have lists of scholarships that they have sometimes every month. Just apply to all of them. You don't know which one you're gonna get. Just apply to.
Right, and Paul?
I would say definitely don't put off the essays, because you say that you're going to get them done either like later, but then the deadline comes and you're like, oh my gosh, I have not started a single essay. So yeah, even if it's just a couple words or anything, just put something down and eventually you can come back to it and write on. And also reuse your essays, because most scholarships have similar prompts, so you can just repurpose another essay for another scholarship and you can get more money with that.
And Victoria, what about you?
For me, it would be just like a Daisy and Paul. Like, don't put it off. Like, I know they're really paying, but at the end, if you get the money, you're gonna be so glad you did it, and you're gonna be like, okay, it was worth it. But just apply. Well, before reusing your essays and applying, like, make sure that you have all the requirements. If you don't apply, then that's just like, if you don't have all of them, then it's just like time wasted. But make sure you qualify for other requirements and then apply, reuse your essays, don't put them off until last minute.
Good job. So in the spring semester, you all got your acceptances and you started to get your financial aid. It comes in a little bit later than maybe some of the scholarships. Why did you keep coming to CCC classes in the spring semester? What did you learn? Because you kind of get senioritis, right?
Definitely.
So why keep coming? Daisy, you want to go first?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, go first. I want to say, like, just because you like have the financial aid and the money doesn't mean you know everything. Like, that's not the only thing about college that you need to know about. CCC gives like really good tips for like studying and meeting new people and networking and a lot of stuff. And then yeah, it's just like going to the meetings, like it helps you know more about the things you need to do for college, not just financial aid and scholarships.
And Paul, what about you?
I agree with Daisy. It definitely facilitates the transition from high school to college. It's definitely, well, people right now, y'all probably have like senioritis, but whenever y'all graduate, y'all are going to be like, now what? Because y'all expect to, after y'all graduate, oh, we go to college, but how does that actually happen? And CCC helps you with that, helps you, whether it's moving in, preparing, dealing with college portals, which is a whole other can of worms. But yeah, definitely keep showing up to CCC for those things, because you're going to need it.
And thank you, Paul. And Victoria?
Well, even if you don't want to like actively participate in the call, I would just suggest you just show up, listening to it like a podcast. I mean, sometimes like that's easier, but just show up. They do have a lot of insight in the college life. I mean, they introduce you to LinkedIn, they tell you about resumes, what to wear professionally, business casual, business attire, and how to talk. They prepare you for networking, which is like very big in the business world. So it's just very convenient. There's a lot to learn.
What is the best thing? And I didn't put this on your list of questions, so I'm just going to ask you to do it off the top of your head. What's the best thing about college over high school? Daisy, do you have something?
I guess meeting new people. It's not like you don't have to meet new people, but here, like if you meet new people, like there's sophomores, there's juniors, there's seniors that can help you a lot in your major, and then they can help you with networking. They can introduce you to a lot of things that you don't know about. So like college, it's different. It's very different. Like it introduces you into the career field, and it's not just high school stuff. Yeah.
Paul, do you have anything?
For me, I would say the freedom that you get once you live on campus, but it's kind of a double-edged sword because on one hand, yeah, you get more freedom to do more things, but on the other hand, that tends to make you want to, or that tends to distract you a lot from actually studying. And I had to deal with that the hard way whenever I first came here. It was at first I was like, oh, I have all this time, I can study in this time, and then I can study here, or like I can go here. But eventually I realized that it's really just, it can also be a bad thing.
Victoria, what about you?
For me, I just like it like 10 times more because it's like you see healthier people than high school. It's a healthier environment. You get to meet a lot of people, but you don't have to, you don't want to. But in my case, I wanted to be involved right away. And now I'm part of the board of an organization. So with mostly upperclassmen. So I'm mostly with juniors and seniors, and they're like, no, do this, no, do it this way, or this can help you better. And you always get like the networking from them. Like you're not gonna know who is who until you meet them, but they're gonna know your name. And from the starters, that's just great because I mean you're gonna meet the dean of office and the RA, and everyone is just gonna end up knowing your name either way. So if you start earlier, it can benefit you more.
Awesome. Awesome. Is there anything that you can recall that we taught you in CCC, maybe, you know, it's in senior year that now you're facing in college and you're like, oh, I remember them saying that. Like, I'm so glad I knew it, so I don't kind of stumble when I face that issue. Daisy.
Yeah. I want to say two things. One of them is like always de-stress. Like don't just pile things up. Like don't just study nonstop and not getting sleep. Always have something that you can de-stress. And the second thing is also the same, like meeting new people. Like in college, you can join 50 clubs and nobody's gonna say anything to you. It's the time to try everything you wanted to try. Like there's nobody to stop you. So yeah, that was good.
Awesome. Paul, what about you?
For me, it's definitely taking advantage of all the resources that the college gives you. I remember that was something y'all brought up in the summer before this semester, and I definitely appreciate y'all telling me that because if I didn't, I don't think I would be able to, or I don't think I would have survived the transition as easily as I did before. So yeah, definitely that.
Was there one particular place that you went to like, was it the tutoring center or the writing lab? What was there a particular place that was better?
Definitely the library, which consists of the writing lab and tutoring. So yeah.
Perfect. And Victoria, what about you?
Would be the LinkedIn, to create your LinkedIn account early, because that was pretty much the first thing that they asked me when I went to like the first corporate occasion. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, just have this for right now, but then like I ended up like creating it and making it better. Um, Another thing would be how to dress. 'Cause I remember like during the summer, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna have to dress professionally until my junior senior year, so it's fine. And then I put it off. Then the first week of school came, and they were like, "Oh, so here's this event. It is business professional. Do with it what you can." And I didn't have anything. So
So, yeah, so especially in business majors, you have to be ready for that, right? So, all right, so last question before we open it up. What advice would you give yourself if you thought back a year? If you could redo last year, what would you give yourself? What advice would you give yourself? Daisy, you want to go?
Yeah. Like a year,
Like your senior year, you're finishing up your your fall semester of your senior year. Is there any advice you would go back and give yourself, like, yeah, I should have done this, or I wish I would have done something different?
don't let the senioritis like consume you. Like, don't stop doing work and stuff. Like, just keep going until you finish.
Great advice. Paul, what about you?
I would say definitely enjoy your last year, but at the same time, don't enjoy it too much. Don't let senioritis stop you from doing the important things. Um, I say that because like this is gonna be your last year in high school, and pretty much you're never gonna get this time back. So enjoy it while it lasts, and yeah, and also focus on your grades because you have to graduate. So it's kind of important. So yeah.
True. Thanks. And Victoria, what about you?
Honestly, enjoy the last year because, like Paul said, you're never gonna get it back. So go to the graduation, go to the prom, like do all the things that your school is doing for you during senior year, because you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, oh, I didn't go. And they're gonna be like, why? And you're like, oh, I didn't want to go. Like that's kind of weird. If you want to be weird, like, okay, cool. But just as a comment, but if you haven't already decided which college you're going to, or like want to go to my dream college or whatever, don't worry, you're fine. Like the universe is gonna do whatever has to happen, it will happen. So don't even worry about it. You're gonna be in the right place.
True. We have your back for sure on that. All right, so I'm going to stop recording for a